So, I was wondering if I can get the ox. The Oximus.
And welcome to another very special episode of Pass the Aux. What's happening, gang members?
Nothing much.
Not much. I don't think I've heard that intro before.
Yeah, I made that intro for the Migos episode after Takeoff died.
Okay.
So I used my favorite Migos song. I used the beat.
Yeah.
But the intro is just great.
Yeah.
It's just a really good intro now.
I like it.
But I'm your host, Gavin the Chef Cook.
I'm Callie Cole.
I'm Brendan Magnuson.
Yep.
And we got some stuff to talk about today. But first, same as every episode.
Mm-hmm.
What have you been listening to, other than what we're going to talk about today, obviously? What have you been listening to? And just pretty much stuff like that. A little check-in.
Yeah.
A little music mental health check.
Yeah.
So because of the new Paramore drop, I've been listening to a lot of Paramore, as evidenced by my performance of "Still Into You" at last night's karaoke.
Banger.
WZIS.
Killed it. Crushed it.
I know. For my very special lover, Gabe the Hash Brown.
Yeah, he loved it too. They actually got engaged post-performance.
I know.
And then
It's
he
kind of
cheated on
crazy.
me with Kobe.
I heard about it. And if you want to go see the video of Brendan singing, you can check us out on Instagram at WZIS-FM.
Yeah. Give me some of that. Yeah, I needed that. What about you, Callie? What have you been listening to?
I've actually been listening to, I feel like such a hypocrite, some X, because I've been going and working out in the mornings with Kobe, Gabe, and Hannah, who all work here. And
How's that make you feel like a hypocrite?
because I used to talk about how much I hated him for so long.
I forgot about that.
Yeah,
I remember that
I think I've
now.
gone on tangents about it, but some of the
Yeah.
music I'm like, oh, okay.
Callie's thing has
It's
always been
different.
like she loves Ski Mask the Slump God.
I
but
have been listening to a bunch of
hated X for so long.
Yeah.
Or not hated, but like just
I just did not like him.
refused to listen to him.
I love Ski Mask. I've been listening to a bunch of his other album too, the Sin City, the mixtape. I've been listening to more of that again too. It's just good music in the morning.
Yeah, it's funny you say that because I've been listening to a lot of similar stuff. I've been re-listening to a lot of Ski's like old SoundCloud stuff.
Okay.
Because I moved it all to my Apple Music forever ago.
Your SoundCloud?
You can through iTunes you can download stuff and just put it into your iTunes and it'll show up on your phone. So I forgot I had all that, and I went in and I was like, oh my gosh. So I went and listened to like slaps for my drop top minivan, stuff like that. And then with the trial going on, I missed X a lot too. And especially after watching the Look at Me documentary when it came out, I've been listening to X also, but mainly I've been listening to the new Pink Panthers and Ice Spice song, The Boy's a Liar Part 2. Banger. I went and re-listened to Kenny Beats' Louie that just came out earlier last year too, because he just did a Tiny Desk performance, and it was really good. I highly recommend checking that out if you like the Tiny Desk performances, because I think Kenny might have a top 5 one. Like, it was really good.
Okay.
And then short of that, like, I listened to these 2 albums, and Suicide Boys dropped a new single, but short of that, nothing too crazy.
Makes sense.
A lot of going back and listening to older stuff.
Yeah. So
Hasn't
we
been a
want to
lot
go
of
ahead
new.
and kick it off with our first album?
Yeah, we're going to be talking about Sam Smith's new album, Gloria.
Absolutely.
And so you want to start us off?
I can start with some background. This album came out January 27th, so we didn't talk about it immediately because we did our Grammys episode. It was 13 songs with a total of 33 minutes, and it's his 4th album. So, yeah.
Banger.
Yeah, so are we wanting to... Yeah, it's been 3 years since his last album. I didn't actually listen to a lot of his last album. Like the 2020 Love Goes. I don't know if that...
Oh, yeah.
I just don't ever remember that one blowing up at all.
Yeah, so I remember some singles from it. Like Diamond specifically was a really popular one, and Promises, because
Okay.
Calvin Harris made
Yeah.
it with him. But I was hesitant going into this because I didn't like the last one that much. But I'm glad we did it because all my hesitation just disappeared once I started the album.
Yeah.
Like the first track, Love Me More, it was just amazing. Like I went into it and I was like, wow, this is great. And overall I like the whole album. We can dig deeper as we go, but Just like initial thoughts, like I was hesitant, and then like I really liked it.
I was also hesitant, but I did like it. I don't know, when I think I was kind of excited for it because I liked Unholy. Like, I know it was blown up on TikTok and everything. I actually did like it because it felt, we talked about this, it was more of like that in-your-face pop 2012 Sam Smith type style. Or not 2012, 2014, whatever you want to say, but that era. But yeah, anything from you?
I hadn't really heard that much of Sam Smith beforehand. It's just never really been like my type of thing, you know. Back in that, when he was like getting really popular, I was listening to like old rock music from the 90s because I'm kind of a loser, but
no, you're great.
I know, I love you. Yeah, I actually really enjoyed it. Obviously, Unholy, we played that at the station a lot. That was really popular. I heard that. And my standout track has got to be Lose You. That one just hit me. Like, just hit different.
Alrighty. So do we want to go through this like song for song?
Yeah,
or how
we can
do
do
we
that.
Do this? Alrighty. So you want to start with thoughts on Love Me More?
Yeah. Not at all. Like I said, not at all what I really expected because I was hesitant. And the message alone is just great. You know, like that's another thing with this whole album, let alone this one song, is it's very relatable. And even if there's songs that you don't specifically relate to, you really feel him.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think that was part of it with this whole album.
Yeah. And so this song specifically, like, I feel it, like, specifically when he's like, maybe I'm learning how to love me more. And it was just really good. And I love how he can carry a song and keep just like the same energy throughout without ever coming off too extra in some parts or too monotone or not putting like all of his heart into it. Because you can tell with each song on this project that Sam really cares for each individual song and each individual part of each song and really pushes his voice for it.
Yeah.
And so this was a great like start to the album and I really enjoyed this track.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. Personally, a little too slow for like my everyday listen or whatever. It fit into some soundtracks. Fun fact about this song. So I read he wrote a little bit of something for every single song on this album. And in an interview with Apple Music, or he did something special because there's a special Apple Music album that came out with it. I don't really know what was different about that.
It has 6 live tracks.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Or 7 live tracks, my bad.
Okay, so he actually wrote that this was a song he wrote for the fans, and everything else he wrote on this album was just for him. And he said he wrote this one because he was giving it, it was his last opportunity he was giving fans to come with him to come with them to the next stage.
Yeah, and I really like that because I saw that too, and I was confused. I was like, what makes this different? And then I was like scrolling through and I finally like realized, oh, I was like, that makes sense.
Yeah. So yeah.
What I really like about this song is just like there's a really cool rhyme scheme that just fakes me out literally every single time. You know, it's like the every day I'm trying not to hate myself, and you're, you know, expecting him to rhyme, you know, with myself.
Yeah.
Then he hits it into the rest of the chorus, and it caught me by surprise every time, but it's not like in a bad way. It's not like it was poorly designed. It was just like intriguing to me.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So then, No God. I don't know. I don't know how I felt about this song. It was all right. Like another like attention grabber, but I don't know. None of this like really like stuck or like hit me the same way, I guess.
Yeah. I loved this song. This song was so good. Reading like the little back thing he wrote on it, it's weird because like I don't personally like relate to it because I've never been in a situation where I have to look at, you know, my partner and be like, you're not God, you don't get to dictate every single thing. But like, you know, I've seen people in relationships like that, and like I relate to that because like I've seen friends do that. I've had family members being in situations like that, and so like it really hit. And then like hearing Sam's like not even pain, it's almost like just a really large amount of disappointment. It's not like he's hurting, but he's just like come on, you were supposed to be better.
Yeah, well, he was talking about this. It's not even the disagreeing or some. Well, it is partially saying don't behave like you're God because you're not perfect.
Yeah.
But the main reason for all this was because he was saying that a lot of people were allowing drastic political opinions to get in the way for caring one another, like for each other, which I thought was insane. And personally, no, I do get that. I've definitely had people be like, oh, like not want to be friends over political opinions, especially during the 2016 election, which I thought is just so intense for no reason.
Oh, yeah.
Because I don't understand why people can't agree to disagree. That's why we vote. But I guess, yeah, that was a good one.
I approved that message as a political science major.
As the political science major. Good. Any thoughts from that guy then?
I agree with what Gavin said. I can't personally like relate to the song just because I've never been in a situation, but it's definitely very heartfelt, and you can feel what he was feeling throughout the song. So.
Yeah. The message alone, like, it's almost like a cautionary tale for those who aren't going through something like that. And so, like, the message alone is like, man, I hope that never happens to me. And so I thought it was really good, and I'm glad that this song goes into, like, the next few tracks because they all seem to go really well together. Specifically, the next track we're going to talk about, Hurting Interlude. That one goes perfectly into Lose You. And, sorry, I was thinking. But, like, Hurting Interlude alone, like, you know, it's nothing crazy going on. You know, an interlude is a very good, like, not even a filler, but it's a very good way to keep an album structured and give just that little piece of whether it's story or production or vocals that you really want to keep the album flowing. Because some of my favorite songs on certain albums have been like an interlude of some sort. And this one was really well put. And I like the backstory about it too, about Sam writing about a friend of his who's a lesbian who had her first relationship with a woman, and talking about how the first heartbreak as a queer person can be intense because of the situations they put themselves in and like how hard they love. And he was talking about it wasn't Sam's, it was a news anchor in an article that he found, and it was about the first ever gay pride in New York. And I think like the little quote that he uses for the thing, like, it really does hit, and it blends perfectly for Lose You.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, that's all it's basically I can say about this. It was a good interlude. It was taken from the first ever gay pride parade in New York. That's the only other fun fact I have to add to that.
Pretty cool. I agree.
Crazy.
I like interludes on
So
on
Lose
albums.
You. Why don't we let you kick this off because it was your favorite one?
All right, so just like I feel like this song really conveyed like the heartbreak of just knowing like when you're in a downswing in a relationship, you know things are like going bad. Because I mean, we've probably all been in like a relationship where like we could tell like the signs it was coming to an end.
Yeah.
And it's pretty rough, and I feel like the song does a really good job of just conveying that feeling. And I was listening to it like on the way back home yesterday. I was like, dang.
Yeah.
That's rough.
Because it doesn't give that like desperation feeling with because you know typically when someone makes a song and it's like I'm begging you don't leave me, it's like and like most of those songs are like admitting that it's like desperate.
That's what they were talking about though when they wrote the description about it. They said it's like drama. They actually said it was German gay club vibes, which I thought was such an interesting thing. I've never heard of that. I wouldn't know if that's a vibe.
Yeah.
I don't know much about that. But they said that they liked thinking about making a sad pop song again, and that's what they were more trying to do with this again.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it works. I wouldn't be surprised if this is one of the more popular songs off of the album.
I did like this one a lot. This would be in my top of this album.
Yes, I agree. Well, obviously.
Obviously.
The next track, Perfect, with Jessie Reyes. I love Jessie Reyes.
Me too.
She is a very bright up-and-comer into the music industry. Her first couple of projects are like very R&B heavy, and she makes very good music, especially when she collabs with Black. But this song alone like was really good too. And This one really hits for me too, personally, because like, you know, that's one of the biggest things about becoming an adult is like when you have to like really ground yourself and humble yourself in certain situations. So like I completely get the whole like I'm not perfect, but I'm working on it. I'm not perfect, but I'm worth it, and all that. Like I go up, I go down, all the way around. I'm not perfect, and I really like how they really like flow together with this song. Like you can tell when artists don't work in the same studio on a song, but this one it sounds like they're in the same booth almost.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's how close and tight knit they sound together.
Well, they wrote that they recorded a lot of this music in like Jamaica. Like they flew all around the world and did it in different parts, and I just thought that was so interesting. And they wanted to pull a lot of that feeling into the music.
Oh yeah, you can feel different influences throughout this whole album, let alone like the energy he's trying to give. You can feel influences from different things too. Like in Lose You, you can feel the whole like sad dance hall vibe that was super popular in like the early 90s, like that he talks about. Because like in the description it says I can dedicate a song from this album to each one of my favorite pop divas, and that one being dedicated to George Michael is like the epitome of like sad pop music.
I didn't actually know that.
Yeah.
I thought it was a really beautiful song, like especially for like a bad day.
Mm-hmm.
That was like the vibe I got from it.
Yeah,
In a hot mess, feeling yourself in an imperfect way.
Mhm.
That's how they described it.
Oh yeah, like hearing this like when it was rainy in the morning,
Mhm.
waking up when I listened to this album.
Cold
It's pretty
vibes.
nice. And, I hadn't really heard of Jessie Reyes before this, but definitely a fan now. I really like her voice.
Yeah, she's got a very, I don't even know how to explain it. Like she's almost a siren, you know. Like
Yeah.
she could sing anything and still pull you in.
Mm-hmm.
No, I love Jessie. I'm really glad that he had her on this album.
But Sam talked about every feature that they have on this album is someone who's impacted their like experience with everything and been there and helped.
Oh yeah, I
them
knew
come
Jessie
out
and
do everything else.
I knew Jessie and Sam were friends because he was on 1 or 2 songs on her last album, and so I'm glad she made an appearance here.
Yeah. So then Unholy. I know we probably don't have to talk about this one too much because we've all heard it a million times. If you're on TikTok at all, you've heard it a million times. But this one was specifically made in Jamaica. Do you know the background of this one?
No.
Okay. So I actually, when I found this out, it was, I don't know, I looked at the song a little differently. This was originally a freestyle that that they were doing, like goofing off in the booth. And they couldn't decide if they liked it or not. They and Kim. And they were talking about how they just wanted to tease men and stuff like that. And that's why they made it. I'm trying to think. They wanted it to be a powerful piece of music like an exorcism. Which I don't know.
I can feel that
I cannot
vibe.
believe that it's like, I cannot believe it was a freestyle that then they're like, nope, we're going to do this our way or the highway. I don't know. I just thought that was interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was reading it as you were telling the story, and I was reading along with it. Yeah, that's crazy. I don't know. It doesn't feel like Jamaica. I didn't think this would be one of the songs that they made in Jamaica.
Yeah.
But I'm not a fan of the song.
You're not?
I think I really liked it when it first came out, and it's not even that it was overplayed. It's the more I listen in depth to it, I love the instrumental. But I don't know. There's just like certain aspects of the song that like I feel like are cheesy, which I know in the little thing Sam says purposely are cheesy and like purposely are like as a way to like tease people.
Yeah.
But like I just didn't really like vibe with it because I love Kim Petras. She's great. Like watching her accept the award at the Grammys for this song was amazing, you know.
Yeah.
Super proud. But like, and also it's just such a tone shift from how the whole album is.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say.
And like, because I know Sam said that like this is the most powerful song on the album, the most powerful music he's made. But like, I don't know. I like a good cohesive project.
No, I feel
So,
I
that.
agree.
like-
I like cohesion, but I feel like they didn't want cohesion with this. They wanted just different songs that were impactful, that meant a lot to them. If that makes sense.
I just think the song would have been better as a single because the rest of the album fits very well together.
But the story of this song still fits in, because the whole reason this song completely goes into another song, and the other song, oh my gosh, I have to figure out which song. There's one other song on this album that is completely about Unholy. It's about the same situation, except he's taking Unholy as in a haha, like, let's tease men sort of thing. And then he's like, okay, but on a real note, somebody broke my heart and it was traumatic, and that's what this is really about. So that's actually him trying to let off steam, which is why it does completely fit the album. What do you mean, the whole story, like, it fits
the story. The story
like,
fits, but
feel like
sound doesn't.
Message-wise, you are right, but just instrumental-wise, it is pretty heavy compared to some of the other stuff.
I agree with that.
I don't hate it on the album, but I feel like...
Oh, How to Cry. Literally the next song.
Yeah, I love that song.
Yeah. Well, that one's the same. It's supposed to be basically the same as... It's all about the same situation as Unholy.
Yeah, and I really liked that one. I just think it's because of the tone shift. Like, I'm just very, like, weird about when I'm listening to an album. Like, sometimes it really works when you'll be listening to a very, like, slower, more... like of a ballad song, and then out of nowhere you just hear just a banging 808. Sometimes it works. In this case, I don't know. Enjoying Sam Smith has always been like a good way to hear like flowing projects, and so like for something like that to just come out of nowhere, it just threw me off.
Yeah.
But I really loved How to Cry. The song just in general, the guitar in it, it's just gorgeous.
No, yeah, it's a very pretty song. I don't know, Callie?
Yeah, I thought it was a pretty song. I thought it was, so they spoke on it as in, I'm laughing. Unholy is like, I'm laughing, and then this one is the heart of the emotion to a very sad story, all about heartbreak. So, I don't know.
That's probably why I liked this song so much, and like, to me, I don't need Holy if this song exists, just because I like the sadder stuff. I mean,
I don't.
Almost every time we do this show and I talk about stuff I've been listening to, it's always like, are you okay?
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, I like hearing people's heartbreak because it helps you later on if you're heartbroken. And so, like, even if I'm good right now, at least I know where I can go later if something bad happens.
Yeah, it's really good to
I guess, but
I don't know. I love raw emotion.
It was a good song, but this is not, like, again, I don't listen to sad music like that, so it's just not what I want to listen to.
Yeah, I think it works on the album, but it's not something I would pop into, like, a playlist with a bunch of ska music.
Oh, yeah. Oh, are you sure? This went in my rap playlist.
I'll think about it.
So 6 shots.
This one is awesome.
Okay.
I like this song. Funnily enough, if you look at the written by, Nami actually is a very popular writer just in the music industry right now. And Nami actually helped Kenny Beats with his project. And I just literally was looking up Nami before listening to this album. So, like, when I was looking at lyrics and stuff to make sure I was hearing it right, I saw that and I was like, yeah. And so Nami helped write this song. But I like this song. I like this a lot.
I didn't. It's the same reason, like, when we talked about when I listened to this song and Gimme, like the next one, I didn't like it for the same reason when we talked about Ari Lennox's album. It's just too much for me. Like, it's a little too sex heavy.
It's not even vulgar.
What do you mean? The whole song is supposed to be about that. That's what it's for.
It's what it's about, but it's not vulgar.
I just didn't care for it. But it's still, like, what he wrote it for.
Well, yeah. Okay. I mean, okay.
So I can't dislike it for that reason?
No, I'm not. I never said that. I was just saying it's not that vulgar. The Ari Lennox song was very vulgar.
Well, I meant for that. That applies more to the next song that we're talking about, which kind of is. It can be. Not to the same level, but that's the same vibe I got from it.
They're
I'm
sex
just
heavy,
comparing.
but it's a lot of innuendos.
I feel like I could just relate to this song a little less because, you know, I'm 18. I'm not a real big alcohol guy. If you had to guess. Yeah, I know.
I could have sworn you came in with a 6-pack today. It's literally right there
No,
under
it's
your
right- it's right
chair.
here.
Oh, good one.
Yeah,
Smooth,
yeah.
smooth.
But I did like the beat on this one, but it's one of the ones where I kind of have to tune out the lyrics a little bit. So,
Yeah, it happens.
I know.
You know, it's
I
no
mean,
different than like
I-
me being 15 listening to Kyle and he's talking about shots and
Yeah.
sex and Super Smash Bros.
Yeah,
I was like, man, I like Super Smash Bros, but don't know what that other thing
I'm
is.
sure I'll be able to empathize with it in like 3 years.
4 to be safe.
No. 3. I'll be here in 3.
No, 4 to be
Wow.
safe. We're gonna save your liver, buddy.
2 years.
Oh
and 3
man, and
months.
on to the next song, Gimme.
I love this song.
I hate
right
this
off the
song.
bat. The gimme. Oh,
I
thought-
thought that was so annoying.
I didn't even look at
hated
the
it.
I didn't even look at the features, but the way Jesse sings the gimme what I want sounded like Rihanna at first to me, and I was like, wait, what? And I was like, oh, it's obviously not Rihanna. But I love this song. It was fun. This is like something you'd see in like a Nike commercial. Someone
Dude.
sprinting on the side of the road, or like a football player on the field just balling out.
Yeah.
This is a fun, just
This-
hype banger.
Well, this one was also made in Jamaica, and Sam.
You can tell this one.
Yeah, Sam actually talked about how this was probably their favorite song from this album.
As it should be.
Yeah.
I
But-
mean, it sounds very fun.
What do you think of it?
It's one of the. I think it's the most fun song on the album.
Mm-hmm.
On an album with a lot of sad songs, a lot of heartbreak
Yeah.
songs. I just started laughing when I heard the gimmies. If I'm being honest,
Mm-hmm.
It gave me a little giggle.
I thought it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It was fun. It annoyed me. The sound of it, the gimme. I annoyed. Did not like.
Mm.
Yeah, that's fair. I can see that. I feel like if this were like a really popular song and we were playing it on the radio all the time,
Oh no.
I'd get sick of it in about like 2 days.
Oh, yeah.
But,
That's I don't know. That's just the vibe I got from it.
all right. I messed with it.
Mm-hmm.
The interlude.
Once again, nothing crazy. It's a very good flow into like how the rest of this album's going to go.
Mm-hmm.
Because like you had said, the whole description of this album that they gave was that it was a path down where they're at in life now, and we're getting into like the sex aspect of it. We're getting into, well, we kind of just got through all the gnarly stuff, but we're getting into like the more emotional side of like what happens when you're making these decisions. And so it's a good in between from Gimme to I'm Not Here to Make Friends, since it's such a drastic change.
I recognized the RuPaul's voice like immediately
Mhm.
when I heard it. I was like, "Oh, that's fun."
Oh, I love RuPaul.
Yeah, so do I. I
It's
thought
so
that was
much fun.
fun. Yeah.
Yeah, I also like RuPaul. I
Yeah.
was a big fan of Drag Race in high school.
He's done. What was it? He was on a different show that I liked a lot. I think it was Skin Wars. That was on Netflix for a while. It's like a
The
body.
tattoo one?
No. Skin Wars is a body art painting show. So I was really into that for a while. It like made me buy an airbrush machine. So like whenever I see him, it's just stuff that I think about
I
that.
love RuPaul. So much fun. So now we're going into I'm Not Here to Make Friends.
I like this song a lot. Do you know one of the people that helped
Calvin
make it?
Harris. Yeah.
I know that. I don't like that you're reading that right now.
I'm looking at the lyrics.
Oh.
I'm also looking at that.
Yeah, I'm not
man.
reading the background. I'm reading the lyrics because I look for parts that stuck out to me.
Okay.
But I don't know. I guess I'm just confused now.
Hmm?
This song has way more specific sexual innuendos than the other. Put your aura into mine. Don't be scared if you like it. I can fill you up with life. It's dirty. There's no way that it's the sex that's bothering you. It's
was.
the songs that just annoy you.
No, I
No.
just didn't like that one as much. This one is just like the way things are said, where this one was more about like people pleasing and like how they were so upset that they're always in the friend zone, or people will fake want to go out with them because they're Sam Smith, and like that's why. So they were writing about how frustrating that was.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I still thought it was like a fun song though. Still.
Oh, it's fun. It's a fun little like stop talking. I'm not here for you.
And then
buddy.
Jesse also helped him write this one. Same with Stargate.
Jesse's great. I love you, Jesse.
Mm-hmm.
Next is sorry, Brendan.
No,
Well,
you
just-
guys got it. You covered it.
Well, I was just making sure.
Do you have any more comments?
I agree. This was probably the most like sex-heavy song next to.
It is.
Just like
look at the content.
Just lyrically,
Look
I
at the
feel
content.
Like it was more sex-heavy
Okay.
than some of the other songs.
The whole
Except for,
song is about hooking up with strangers. Like that's what the lyrics on like the surface are
Yeah,
straight
but-
up saying. It's like I don't care
But
if you don't like me tomorrow. We're doing this right now.
but I didn't hate it. I
Okay.
did enjoy the song.
Mm-hmm.
I loved it. I was just confused.
Mm-hmm.
But next is probably the saddest, or not even saddest, but like the most heavy song. Like it's the ballad of the album, which is Gloria.
Mm-hmm.
And that is I really like this one. Sam's just got a beautiful voice, so loved it.
Their voice is beautiful, but this is not something I would ever put on and listen to. Like, I can appreciate that this was a beautifully written song, beautifully produced song, but it's just not like the type of music. It's very churchy.
Yeah, that I'm in the same boat to where like I really like it on the album, and I can like
Yeah.
acknowledge that it's like a really good song, but it's just probably something that I wouldn't be listening to in my free time.
It's
Mhm.
beautiful on the album,
Oh yeah,
though.
I completely
Gorgeous.
get that. I completely get that because like
You can feel the passion in
yeah,
the song.
because I love gospel sounding music that's not overly religious, if that makes sense.
Mhm.
Like I love a good ballad like this, but it's not praise music.
Yeah.
Just because like I think a lot of the industry, it's either like one or the other, but I love combining because there's no reason to be on the fence or like on either side of the fence about it all. And so I love songs like that. Like that's why I buy the certain records I buy, is because like if I'm going to put it on my record player, you know, it's one of those songs at the very end of the album that makes you just want to sit there and just
Yeah.
bathe in whatever it is that's happening, because like the strings were done very well in this song. The whole album's produced very well.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
It's, I mean,
That's
their
one thing
voice,
I didn't really.
the production, everything, all the content for this album is gorgeous.
Yeah. We can go into the next song now, which is "Who We Love" with
So
Ed Sheeran.
This was actually the only song that they didn't write. Ed Sheeran gave them this song and was like, make it your own.
Yeah.
So
Ed
I thought
Sheeran
that
does
was
that stuff
interesting.
all the time.
Yeah, but Sam Smith doesn't.
No, I know.
Yeah.
I was just saying, like, Ed Sheeran does
Oh,
that stuff
yeah.
all the time. It is surprising, though, because for the most part, like, it's either Sam and whoever's in the room with them writing the song. So, like, even though Jesse helped with some of
Yeah.
the songs, Sam was still there for the process. So that is a little shocking coming from Sam Smith to be like,
Yes.
oh, okay, I like this song.
Because Sam talked about, for a lot of this album, they wanted a more heavy, like, emphasis on the fact that they are a songwriter and not just, like, a singer. Not
Yeah.
that, yeah. But I don't know.
This song's all right.
Yeah.
I'd say out of the entire album, this is probably my least favorite. I mean,
Really?
I am notably a massive Ed Sheeran hater.
I'm in the same boat.
Wow. I didn't know that from either of you.
See, with me, I have the same thing with like Ed Sheeran or it's not the same thing. It's just similar. I love Ed Sheeran as a writer, but like his music specifically, I don't really vibe with.
Yeah.
Nor am I like a huge fan, because like he writes great music. Specifically, other artists have great songs that he's written, but it feels like sometimes he keeps the cheesiest music for himself, you know?
Yeah.
Like what was the last album? Was it it was in the little
Is
it
it
was
that one?
it was
Shape
the
of You?
no. It was the
Don't quiz me on Ed Sheeran trivia.
I don't know. It was one of the many
I'm looking
albums
it
that's
up.
just a math symbol. Equals,
look
I
it
don't
up.
remember.
Division sign.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know. Whatever his
I feel
last
like
project
Division
was
sign is the most recent one.
yeah, whatever his last
Yeah, it was Shape of You.
Oh, it was?
It's
Has it been
it's
that
the
long?
Divide. Yeah.
Oh, shoot. Yeah.
He has not dropped an album since 2017.
That's another thing
Or
too.
wait, no. I take that all back. That was all so wrong. That was the
I was going to
biggest.
say he came out with Equal Sign
Yeah, I was
afterwards,
gonna
right?
say we talked about Number 6 Collaborations project.
We
in
did talk about
2019.
that
I
because
feel like
we-
a freshman year podcast.
I know we at least talked about it in private because I remember being like, see, now this is what I was like, this is what we need from Ed Sheeran.
Yeah, so Equal came out in 2021.
That's what it was. Yeah, that one
Equal
was
didn't do
garbage.
as well.
Garbage.
I liked Divide and I liked X. Sorry.
X had-
When's he doing Plus
I hope never.
or Minus?
I hope he just gets a new shtick. Like, get a new plan.
He's got 2 more
I
albums
want
at
him to do
least.
square root.
No.
Yeah, give
Starts
us the
doing greater
Pythagorean
than.
theorem.
Pi.
No, but no, Ed Sheeran's great at writing. But with him, it's similar to like the whole Taylor Swift thing. Like, I can't knock that Taylor Swift is one of the best songwriters to have ever lived, but she is phenomenal,
No,
dude.
she's a great songwriter. I agree with that. That's a bold opinion, especially
That's bold. It's bold, but it's like a very like well-known thing in the industry. It's like, don't mess with Taylor Swift. Like, it may sound poppy and fun, but she'll ruin your life.
Yeah, that's true.
But she's a great songwriter, but I just don't listen to her music specifically.
I understand what you're saying.
But also with her, it's more of like a personal. I don't like how she acts in real life versus her music. But with Ed Sheeran, it's just because like "Shape of You" is written great. I just don't like his British voice saying "push and pull like it's magnitude." I'm just
I
like,
love
all right,
it.
come on, man.
I don't know what you're talking
If you
about.
don't give that song to Rihanna,
Nope, I love it.
but no, but like I don't hate Ed Sheeran just for being alive. I just don't like his music.
Yeah.
He's a good writer though.
I don't hate him for breathing,
Hey,
but, you know,
there's
his music's
some
mid.
there's some artists that you're just like, man, who let you have access to a computer?
Who? What artist are you thinking of for that?
There's so many, man. Don't even get me started right now.
Alrighty.
But this song wasn't terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, I like Sam's part,
Yeah.
but and it's written well. It's just Ed Sheeran.
Mm-hmm.
Even if Ed makes the most beautiful album in the world, it's gonna take me a while to get used to it
Mm-hmm.
because initially I'm just gonna be a hater.
So we want to go ahead and rank it?
I'm down.
Or what are your top songs? Top 2. Let's go top 2.
Top 2,
Top 2 songs.
How to Cry and No God.
Okay. Brendan?
Lose You and
Gimme.
How to Cry. How to Cry.
Okay. Mine's going to be Lose You and Perfect. So, yeah. Crazy. And then rankings. Who wants to go first? And actually, I want to talk about, I am going to rank this differently for once, because I normally rank albums based on, like, what I add to playlists, like my monthly music and stuff like that, and I don't want to rank that album this way just because.
She's finally gonna rank an album based off sound. I'm kidding. I'm making a joke. I'm saying instead of being like, can I put this in my workout playlist? It's gonna be based off enjoyment.
Okay. I'm going to give it a 7 out of 13.
Okay.
Because we do it out of how many songs are on the album. So there are 13 songs. Or I guess 11 songs, 2 interludes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Brendan?
I'm confused as to how I should rank it because
Yeah. If we want to ignore the interludes, you can. I'm not going to.
I'll drop a 9.5 out of 13.
Okay.
I give it a 10 out of 13.
Okay.
Like I really was surprised with how much I loved this album.
Mm-hmm.
Like normally whenever we do an album that I haven't heard yet, I don't add it to my library until post listening to know if I like it or not. After No God, I instantly added the whole album to my library.
Interesting.
But it was very good. You know, I was really happy with it.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about adding an entire album to our library. We got to talk about our next album.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
This is Why by Paramore. Crazy it's there. So this album came out on February 10th. It's got 10 songs. It lasts 36 minutes, and it's their 6th album.
Fun fact about this song, this was actually a disc replay when you, me, and Tanner went.
What?
Oh, yeah, they have it on
before
vinyl there already.
Before
Yeah.
it released. And
Oh.
afterwards, I went and I got it. So
I didn't
got to
know
listen to
that.
this album a little before it released on, streaming services.
I
That's great.
did not know that.
Yeah, I was there the other day, and like typically with like a record store or like a disc replay, their new releases aren't stuff that's like
No.
like last week new.
Yeah.
And so I saw This Is Why, and I was like, I looked at like the calendar, and I was like, this album just came out like 4
Yeah.
days ago.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm glad you went and got it though. I'm happy for you.
I was super excited. I didn't know it hadn't released before that.
Yeah. Someone out there is in trouble right now because they accidentally gave that album to Disc Replay, and Disc Replay is like, yo.
What do I do?
New Paramore.
But let's dive in.
Yeah, this is why. That's literally the first song, not just the album title.
Yeah, the first track, banger.
This song bangs. So
this is actually one of the like, this is like one of the few songs like in our top 40 that I never got tired of. I just love Hayley Williams, and as a Paramore fan, correct me if like I'm wrong here, but like this is a very different style that Hayley does in that song specifically. Like the whole like, if you having a opinion.
I agree.
Like she's flexing her vocals hard.
I think this album sounds a lot. I mean, it's got a lot of similar characteristics as a whole, but the type of songs that they made is very different than their last album.
Yeah, which I knew that was gonna happen, especially after Hayley went on that run of EPs and then put out what's it called, Petals for Armor was her solo album. I knew that at least she was going to be taking a shift in tone or vibe, and so I kind of expected something different from Paramore with this album. And even with the like differences of the styles that they go with, it's still very much a Paramore album throughout, you know.
Yes.
What was your thoughts on the track? Let's pretend the song just came out, like we hadn't heard it on the album. What were your thoughts when the song first came out?
This is a completely new Paramore from like their what was the last album they had, like 2017?
Yes. That was After Laughter.
It feels like a whole new style. Like I really dig it. They're definitely having a lot of fun in this track.
Oh yeah.
And how the song picks up near the end just like scratches some itch in my brain.
Yeah, it's very like not only like musically pleasing, like it almost gives you like this weird like comforting feeling towards the end of it. It's weird, like it's like something's like your brain is like, what's happening, and like literally scratches that itch in your brain. So good. You keep shut up. I just
thought this song was like, out of all, I thought the album like picked up and was great from here. Like I didn't hate this song by any means, but this was probably one of my least favorite ones on this album, which is why I was like, I think that's crazy that this is the title for the album. Because it's not that I didn't like the song. The song was fine. Like it just wasn't one that like grabbed me like the other ones.
Man, the cojones on her to say the word mid. About Paramore.
Mid.
Paramore,
No, Lil
like
Pump
Pyramid.
is mid.
Lil Pump is not even mid. Whoa.
Mid means
Bill
bad.
Autumn.
Mid,
No, it doesn't.
Yes, if
It
people
means,
say
like, you're,
it's
like,
mid,
average,
it's
like, yeah.
it's gobstopper bad.
That is not what mid means. Okay, then we have two totally different definitions of that word. Because this song was fine. It was good. But I don't, like, nothing stuck out. Like, it wasn't one that I love or I want to go listen to all the time. Maybe it's just because I've heard it so many times.
Yeah.
All right, so like for the next song, I really like it's the news.
Yeah.
But I really like the lyrics to this song just
Yes.
because this was made, you know, like after the pandemic, you know, and they're like, this is to empathize with like all the, you know, heartbreak going on in the world, all the anger you feel like doing that, and it's just like, bro, just turn off the TV.
Yeah, I loved that because when I first heard this song, I was like, war? Why so aggressive? And then like as the song kept going, I was like, yeah, I mean, that's kind of how I am. Like I purposely, you know, shut myself away from like a lot of news because I get tired of seeing sad stuff. I get tired of seeing two people with the same life.
I get tired of seeing sad stuff, so I listen to my sad music.
There's a difference between someone having heartbreak and making a song versus me having to see a mass shooting.
I guess.
That's
fair.
Are you saying that they're the same thing?
Oh, totally. That's what I'm saying.
Oh my. Okay, but no, I get tired of seeing like depressing, like large amounts of people dying, or like seeing a country literally burn itself to the ground. So like I separate myself from a lot of like that news, and so like this song is great.
Yeah, during the pandemic, it's like a couple 100,000 people died today across the world.
Yeah,
Every
and
time you
like
turned
I
the
hated
TV
that.
on, couldn't leave your house.
Exactly, and I
Nothing
hated
else
that.
to do.
And the
Yeah,
song
it's
like
rough.
embodies it without being like, because you know nowadays, specifically in rap music, if you hear a COVID bar, you're like, corny, get out of here, boo. It does a good job of like portraying that without being like, I don't know, it's weird.
Dated.
You know what the song is trying to tell you without it explicitly telling you.
I loved this song. I just loved it for those reasons. Yeah. Running Out of Time. This one's actually in my top 3. Like, I loved this song.
Yeah, I can't wait to see Twitter try to compare this to Running Out of Time by Tyler.
I thought about that. I literally thought about that. They're not.
It's because it's the same thing they do with any song that's made with the same title as another artist.
There's so many songs that have this title.
Yeah, they did it with Yachty versus Tyler's song. They're about to do it with Paramore, or they'll probably do Paramore versus Yachty since they're both in like the rock-esque areas. The album that Yachty made was rock, like psychedelic rock, but they'll probably just do it because that's how Twitter works. But disregarding that, I really liked this song too.
I love the refrain. I loved her scream. I loved the layering of the "I'm always running out of time," like because she'd yell right before that. I thought it was such a fun, but like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I just loved this song.
Like the song was like rushed, but not like in a not like a we need to get this done in 10 minutes rushed. It was like the song is like feels like you're running and there's someone behind you like pushing you as it's going.
Yeah.
It feels like you're
come on.
running out of time.
Yeah, like it literally feels like you're being like pushed to the end of the song.
And
the whole
I loved
time.
it. Loved it.
It's a really cool vibe.
Oh yeah,
I agree.
I don't know.
But,
keep going. You're doing great leading us.
Yeah.
okay, so are we moving on to the next
Yep.
one? So the next one is well, you gave me the one I can't
Oh, I'm
pronounce.
sorry. Say como sa.
I'm not gonna lie, this is probably my least favorite song off of the album, but I don't think it's a bad song by any means.
Mm-hmm.
I did really enjoy the song. I love songs that throw in random, like, I don't want to say nonsense words because this is very clearly like French or something.
Yeah.
But
I put down banger. I liked it.
Is that
That's
the
like
only word you
all I
wrote?
wrote. I just wrote banger.
it feels very chaotic.
Yeah.
I love, but
Yeah, but
that's more what
it's
I
it's
like.
good. I did
Yeah.
enjoy it. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna say it's mid.
Yeah. I think I'm in a like not quite the same but a similar boat. Like it's not my least favorite song on the album, but also like it was fun and chaotic. But that's really all it was to me. And so like I don't know, it's very good. Like it's a good filler. Like this is a good song to just like have and like
Yeah.
put on and like whenever you're doing whatever. It's a good like doing stuff song.
Banger.
Yeah, it's a good no,
I
I
love
liked it though. I like some of like the lyrics in it too because like literally the song is chaotic yet the lyrics are her like talking about like who can afford chaos.
Oh my gosh, I know.
And I love that so much. No, but like
It's
overall
so
it's a good song.
contradicting each other. The vibe versus the lyrics just contradicting,
Oh,
but like
yeah.
in a powerful, like meant to be way.
Yeah.
I like it. I like it. The fifth one,
Big Man, Little Dignity. This song bangs.
bang.
Oh, yeah. This is
Another
a,
banger.
This is a certified hood classic.
I liked
mean,
it.
It just really encapsulates like the new vibe like of the album for
Mhm.
me. Just like what they're trying to go for, like I don't want to say like R&B influence, but
They got like
Yeah.
influence.
little.
It's not like they're trying to make R&B songs, but vocally you can tell she's
Yes.
very influenced by
Yeah.
it because that's a lot of her solo work was like it was labeled as pop music, but even in like Petals for Armor, that album, she was using like R&B vocal styles, and so like you can really tell that she's like taking it into like with the band.
Yes.
Yeah.
And no, I get exactly what you get, and that's why I love this song. And also, being a simp I am, I just wanted to pretend the whole time that she was talking to me. Specifically, like when she said, like, don't you clean up nice? I was like, yeah, yes, ma'am. No, I really like the song.
Yeah. Brendan, this is all you. We got you on the spot right now.
Like the name of the next song, you first.
Struggling under pressure. But, I also really like this song. It's
Also
just,
in my top 3.
just another certified banger. Just going down the list. Lyrically, this is probably my favorite song off the album. Just like
I'd say lyrically, this is my second favorite. Like, I can agree with you there. It's so strong. I just thought, like, karma's going to come for us all, but it's going to come for you first. I was like, tell them all. I don't know. I liked it.
Oh yeah, I just love the whole vibe of this song.
Yeah, me too.
I love the sound. I love the message she's giving.
It's got such a fun start, like a fun use of sound stuff, like just the production on it. Love it.
Yeah.
Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Any other comments on this one?
No.
Okay. To save you from the pressure, because I feel bad now. The next song is Figure 8, and this is my favorite song on the album. I don't know why, but I just love it so. Well, okay, I know why, because it's Paramore.
Yeah.
But this song specifically, and I mean this with the utmost respect. This song specifically, like, completely retcons what I said about Panic at the Disco.
What do you mean?
You don't have to completely change, because this feels like this feels like Paramore.
This
like
is the most classic Paramore song.
Exactly.
Oh, I
on the
agree.
album.
Oh, I agree.
And so, like, this completely, like, just ignore everything I said about Panic at the Disco, because this right here, they could make a whole album of that and I'd still love it, even though I love this album, because you don't have to change to be good. The industry sucks. Make what you want.
Oh, no,
and this song is gorgeous.
This is definitely in my top 3, just because, like, it gave me some of that, hearing Paramore for the first time nostalgia that I had. Because, I mean, like, before my junior year, I probably wasn't like a big fan of other genres aside from what I liked listening to. And like, Paramore was one of my first, like, more pop groups or more popular groups, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So it just, like, kind of brought that feeling back.
It was your first, like, pop punk.
Yeah.
Even though they were before pop punk. It was Paramore has, like, had a weird timeline,
Yeah.
But I'm with it.
But I really liked it. It's in my top 3.
I'm struggling now with this because I realized, so there's 10 songs on this album, and I have 4 of them written as top 3. So I gotta, apparently I can't count to 4.
Math.
It's a good album.
I'm struggling.
Album's so good, I had 5 songs in my top 3.
I'm just gonna have a tie for 3rd place. I think that's what I'm gonna do. But this was in my top 4.
Really?
Top 3. I haven't. No, like top 3. Top 3, top 3, top 3. Not to spoil, but they all say top 3. Whoops.
Even lyrically, like, this feels like an old Paramore song. Because, like,
more fun,
for
more
lack
uppity.
for lack of better terms, the ignorant lyrics that come with, like, your, like, rebel angsty music, like, literally just pearls before swine, oh, flowers die. Like, I could take these lyrics and go give it to, like, a UK grunge band, and it would sound good with them too.
Yeah.
And so, like, I don't know, I love it. It's like them showing, like, we still like what we used to do, but we just don't feel the need to do it.
Yeah.
And
that's not where we're at this point in our life anymore. Especially
Exactly.
when, I mean, their first album came out in 2005. It's 2023. Like, so of course it would be weird if their sound did not change.
They're about as old as I am.
That's crazy.
Nuts. Now, Liar, the next track. Do you want to talk about it? Your opinions?
I don't really have this gripe with a lot of songs, but it felt like a little too long.
Yeah, okay. No, I could see that because
I agree.
I don't think it's like the only, like, gripe I have with the song. Again, another banger, if I had to be honest, but
I think they could have saved themselves a good 50 seconds without putting the extra hook chorus at the end.
yes.
Which, I mean, it sounds good, like, and the song itself isn't even that long. It just feels like it just because that extra chorus is there along with the instrumentation of it. But other than that, like, I really love the message of this song.
Yeah.
Because, like, she's been very, like, alpha this whole album, like, badass. And then this song, like, really is, like, her humbling herself, along with dealing with the situation at hand. Like, her saying, like, I lied to you, but I never needed to because you always knew the truth. Like, one of my favorite lines was I got too good at fighting chemicals and dodging arrows that I was asking for.
Me too. Oh,
so,
my gosh.
I really liked the vibe of this song. Like, the message is very clear, and, like, she puts enough emotion into it yet to keep it entertaining, because it's not necessarily like a super slow song, but it's slower. But she doesn't let her vocals slow it down to make it less engaging.
Yes.
And so I really enjoyed that a lot too.
I mean, I agree. I'm a simp for Haley Williams. I'd die for her.
Yeah.
All right, and into Crave. Alrighty, I'm gonna contradict about everything that I've said, and I loved this song. This one's in my top 3. I know it's sadder. There's not many sad songs where I'm like, this is it.
I'm just laughing at the way you said, like, I'm gonna contradict what I said. But this is my top 3. Yeah, which top 3?
No,
Callie?
my top 4. That is top 3. But this will be in my top 3. Dude, I don't know which song I would bump out of my top 3. So they're all top 3.
Okay.
It's like a 3A, 3B.
So top 4.
No, top 3. 3A,
Okay.
3B. But no, I loved this one. This song was like she was wishing that she could go back to the glory days because she didn't realize they were the glory days. I don't know. This song just hit different. Like it put me in my feels. And this was ironically the first song I actually listened to when this album came out.
Mm-hmm.
It was just pointed out to me, so I decided to go listen to it, and it hit. Yeah. So
I did really enjoy it. I like the lyrics.
It was a very pretty song too. Like with it, like I don't know. It's like sad, but not sad, but sad at the same time. I don't know. It was very good. So good. Sorry to interrupt you.
No, you're fine.
I loved it, and it made me think I should do better by you. We're going to Thick Skull next.
This song is such a banger.
Thick Skull. Oh my gosh,
Dude, I love this song
this
so much.
I relate to this song so hard because it's literally like the hook, epiphanies hitting you on top of the head. Thick Skull did nothing for me, huh? And like that's my thing. I relate to this song way too hard. Like, I have to keep living the same lesson over and over again because my brain just doesn't accept epiphanies, apparently. Like when she said, I'm a magnet for broken pieces, attracted to broken people. I'm like, okay, Haley, call me out, why don't you?
do you know this is actually the first song they wrote for this album?
Yeah, I read
Which was
that.
like, I was so surprised by that, especially because they ended it that way. And then she also goes on to talk about how this is the last album of this era for our career as a part of the same contract I signed as a teen. And I just want to leave all the fears and stuff here. I'm not taking it any further with me, talking about like how people have always pushed their sound or told them how they should sound and everything else. So I thought that's a really powerful way to end an album, which was insane to me.
I really loved I loved that about this is it the song feels like a goodbye
This song
to something.
Right. Now I loved this song with this album, but this is not a song I would listen to without the album. That's how it felt for me. But I liked it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm a sucker for some good call and response.
Yeah.
And like just background vocalists going crazy, and this song again, it just tickles something in my brain that I really like. That it's just good Paramore for me. I like it.
It hits and like it hits close to home for me. So I'm just sitting there like, call me out, why don't you? But then also like it's like inspiring at the same time too. You know, it's just like, you know, the whole, if someone else is going through what I'm going through, I feel a little bit better. Yeah. And so like that's what I loved about it. So let's do our top 3s before we do our final rankings, or top 4s in Callie's case.
Thanks, I appreciate it. No.
Yeah, sorry to disinclude you and your 4th pick.
No, it's 3A and 3B.
Oh my.
You can have a top 3 too with the 3A, 3B. Huh?
Oh, top 10.
I get it.
No,
I
you
get it. That's a good one.
Oh
Give me some.
my gosh.
Okay. So let's let you go first since you've been so excited this whole time.
I haven't decided which one I'm narrowing out, so you go first.
Actually, don't say it at all. I'll just go edit every single time you went, this is in my top 3, and just smack it together at the end.
Like, that's the answer. Yes. I have them bolded. It's okay.
Okay. My top 3 were, sorry, brain no worky, Figure 8, Liar, and Thick Skull.
Interesting.
That is a banger top 3.
Yeah, those are my top 3. Well, those are the ones that like hit closest to home to me, along with Figure 8 obviously being the one that was like, oh, Paramore, just because it was almost nostalgic feeling.
My top 3 is a Big Man, Little Dignity, Figure 8, and Thick Skull.
Interesting. Yeah. Okay. So that wasn't 4.
If I had to throw another one in, it would probably be.
Oh, I thought you wanted 4.
Liar or The News.
Okay.
It's the top 5, I guess.
Mine would be. I'm doing 4. So Figure 8. So I think this is the first time that we've ever. I mean, you and me with a guest picked the same song in a top 3.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that ever, like, I cannot tell you how many times you and I listen to albums and we have different top 3s. Like, every time. So the fact that we all 3 have Figure 8 in our top 3, shocking.
It's a banger.
So I put Figure 8 first, You First, Running Out of Time, and Crave. That's my top 3.
Okay.
I guess if I can't take one of those out of my top 3. I'm not ready. Not ready.
A little edit. So I'm gonna also add like a 3B.
Oh, okay. So we'll all do 4.
So the top 3 is Figure 8, Liar, Thick Skull, and then
3B.
from then on it's Crave, The News, Running Out of Time, Se Como Sa. My top 3 is just the whole album. I got the first 2, and then you squeeze all
It's
of them
1,
shared
2,
in the third
3A, 3B, 3C.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh god.
What we ranking it? Get a little carried away. Brain worked faster than
That
my
was a
mouth
lot there. It's a lot of emotion there. You got to rank it out of 10.
Yeah, that's the hardest is when an album is an even 10.
Yeah.
Because like when we have a 15-song album, I don't feel guilty about being like 7 out of 15.
Right.
But like
Yeah.
when it's 10, an even 10, I feel guilty even if I'm like 8 out of 10 because I'm like, Paramore.
Yeah.
You're up, buddy.
This is a lot.
I'm proud of you.
All right. I can go ahead and go first if
Go
you're not
first,
ready.
please.
Alrighty. I'm actually giving this one an 8 out of 10. Ironically, I know you just jokingly said that. Just because
Your mind.
What?
I read your mind.
It's actually, what's crazy is the 2 songs that I didn't, like, love, were actually This Is Why, which is just, like, that's just, I don't know why. Like, I kept laughing. I went back and tried to re-listen to it because I'm like, really? Maybe it was just and I was like, no, just still don't care for it. And then Thick Skull, which I was in your guys' top 3, might be.
I'll drop a 9.
9 out of 10?
Just I'm taking off.
Fake fan.
Fake fan. Get
Fake
out.
fan.
Because like I can't say it's a perfect genre-defining album, but I did really love the album.
Okay.
Mhm.
It
That's
pretty much
good.
all of the songs made it on like some form or another onto a playlist of mine. So
I like it.
Mhm.
And Gav Dog?
10 out of 10.
Ooh.
I've always loved Paramore.
Mm-hmm.
And I wouldn't say I was disappointed with the 2017 album, but, you know, not my Paramore.
Yeah.
And so, like, it wasn't bad. I still listen to music from it,
Mm-hmm.
but this is an album that, like, literally on my way home tomorrow, I will be playing it top to bottom at least twice before moving on to listen to, like, something else.
Mm-hmm.
It was a great first listen, phenomenal second listen, because then I could, you know, listen to more detail to things. I'm not going to say it's genre defining with a 10 out of 10 score, but it is everything I wanted and everything I didn't know I wanted but needed. And so
I feel that.
I'm really glad. So when This Is Why came out, I really expected like a weird album because This Is Why was a weird song for Paramore standards. And so I went into this expecting a weird album, and what I got was artistic vision, and I loved it. You can really tell that it's not even just Haley. The whole band really puts their whole soul into certain aspects of this album, and you can tell like through the instrumentation, like you know, the most minute thing done on the guitar, you can tell it's done with passion.
Mm-hmm.
And I genuinely loved it.
Yeah, I feel that. I really like
Great.
I might cry.
Crazy. So, I mean, I think that wraps this week up.
Yeah.
Now, I will say there is a high chance, like 90% chance that there will not be a normal episode next week. There might be a fun mini one, but other than that, there will be no episode next week for Pass the Aux. We're going to take a bye week. It's crazy.
Yeah, sorry. Brain no worky. I forgot that we're literally leaving at 3 a.m. Because in my head, I was like, New York's on the weekend. We got Thursday still. And I was like, no, we don't. No, we don't, Gavin.
Nope, 3 a.m. Thursday morning.
Yeah, we may do a little something.
Yeah,
maybe,
something special. That's why I said mini episode.
Or maybe we'll get like a TikTok plan together to like help
well,
let
we're
you guys
definitely gonna
choose
get
what
TikToks,
we do. Yeah.
but yeah.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Well, yeah. This has been this.
Yeah, with that being said, I've been Gavin the Chef Cook.
And I've been Callie Cole.
And I'm Brendan Magnuson.
And we will see you guys next time on Pass